Once again, from the beautiful island of Maui, Hawaii, specifically from downtown Lahaina town. Lahaina Shores. As the thumbnail showed, I think you can see it is full. Literally, Lahaina Shores is full. It's February. It's March 1st. February just ended. Man, I'm telling you what, I get with the program here. Come on, Eric, wake up. It's been a long time since I've done a live. Got a little mustache coming in just for the heck of it. I don't know, get bored. But anyway, this is your update video for March 2026, Lahaina town. I'm watching out for traffic because it's kind of busy down here, to tell you the truth. It's kind of nuts, actually. Check it out. Enough of me, more of Front Street. Look at that, surfers coming in off of the surf breaks. 505. We have a beautiful little sunset, a little Maui fix unfolding. We have people on bikes, and yes, we have security. Security's in force, watch out. The barricades are there, that's right. It's the new authoritarian regime in place. I know it. What are you gonna do? So you still can't walk down Front Street, like the Front Street you and I have come to know and love. Of course, I did a video a couple weeks ago of North Front Street. We can go up there and hang out and go to Mala and all those wonderful restaurants, Aloha Mixed Plate. And it's kind of buzzing, it's kind of happening up there too. So there are some restaurants, but the main street, the Front Street that you and I know and love is still completely barricaded and blocked off, which I'll show you here in just a moment. But here I am at the beautiful Lahaina Shores, where you can buy your oceanfront condo, currently half off. One thing I did want to point out though, real quick, just because I like to point out the absolute lack of certain things that the government should be doing that they don't do. This is still a swamp right here next door. This is the 505, and it is absolutely chock-a-block full of the most disgusting, putrid, horrendous, God knows what's in that water. And I think it's a disgrace. So this is the 505 next door. My office was actually right there, right next. This was Spanky's right here. My office was right above Spanky's. Obviously nothing's been built here. But in the comments, let me know, do you think that the county should be requiring the homeowner or somebody to be, you have guests staying here in this beautiful Lahaina resort. Is that tainting the groundwater? Is that causing some kind of an environmental hazard? I think the answer is yes. And how long would it take to pump it out, right? Wouldn't take that long. That is the subterranean garage, of course, for the 505. It always flooded, and they always pumped it out. It didn't always flood. If it was a heavy rain or something like that, it would flood. I was here, I know. My office was right here, right there. That's where my office was. So, yeah. It still hurts me coming down here, I'll be honest with you. It's still very painful. But there is progress. Some progress, not a lot, just some. But let me show you we're gonna do a little combination trip here today. Down memory lane. We're gonna go ride the beach together. We're gonna go behind the barricades. Area closes promptly at 6 p.m. Oh boy. Oops. But come on, it's still surfing time. Come on, man, this is the evening session. But in the comments, let me know, are you getting ready to come to Maui? I just got back from a little trip to Whistler, BC. Aloha, Canadians. I'm telling you what, you know what my takeaway is? There's two things I take away from my trip to Canada. Are you ready? Number one, it is beautiful. It says it right on the license plate too. Beautiful British Columbia. And it is absolutely stunningly gorgeous. But the second and more important thing actually is the attitude of the people. You Canadians, you are the nicest people, I think, on planet Earth. You know what? I think some of the people that live on Maui and some of the people that watch this channel should take notes from the Canadians. Truly the nicest people ever. I mean that. I think the locals here should take note of the Canadian aloha, because you guys have it, and sometimes I feel like, some people that live on Maui are not always the nicest. Whereas the Canadians, they're not just nice, they're like over and above, over the top, like just shockingly so nice. It gives me hope. once you've lived in a little bit of attitude and localism and mean people, you're like, man, there's still a place you can go. And I'm not saying everybody on Maui is that way, but tell me if I'm wrong here. Is it sort of, is it sort of in Canada, is it sort of a cultural thing? Is it people, it's just the way you guys are? It's just like part of your culture, I think. But when you go there in person, like really it's the first time I've been to Canada in a long time. Since I was 19, I went there for New Year's Eve because I could drink in Vancouver. So I haven't been there since I was 19 years old. But I'm just telling you, it was so nice to be around the nicest people on the planet. So if you're from Canada, yes, love you guys. Thank you. And please come back to Maui. Please come back, visit. We'll try to be as nice as you. I don't think we'll get there though. Okay, here we go. Ready? This is, like I said, a combination tour, a little bit of Lahaina update, but also I wanted to time this perfectly for a little Maui fix because it's been so long since I've done a Maui fix. Because I've been busy freezing in Whistler. And I'm telling you what, it is cold. It is very, very, very cold. Man, I'm telling you what, it is like, you're basically in like survival mode. You enter a whole new gear. Whereas here, you're just basically, this is like, Maui is like you just ate like a 10-course meal and you're not in survival mode. You're in like, I'm bloated and I don't care and the weather's perfect and I don't need anything. And whereas wintertime, it's like you just got out of an ice bath and you're in survival mode. At least that's how I kind of perceive it. But anyway, so I want to show you this real quick, guys. Hang on. Okay, hang on. I want to show you this. Hang on. I'm carrying this 400-pound one wheel. So this is part of what I've always wanted to do with my channel, is take you guys on a little stroll on the beach with the one wheel. And the conditions are absolutely perfect right now for it. So we're going to do that. Is that cool? And then we're going to continue looking at some of the progress or lack thereof for the rebuild. So here we are. Can you see the motion? Are you getting the Hollywood dolly motion right here? Isn't that cool? I know, I have too much fun. So here we are, right next to Lahaina shores. And I'm not gonna wait till the end. Blind Daniel, I'm thinking about you now. If you guys wanna help a fire survivor who's blind, who's about to lose his FEMA benefits, as so many are, please go to helpdaniel.org. Helpdaniel.org. $5, $7, buy him a cup of coffee. Put it on the recurring, and you'll feel good about yourself, I promise you. And Daniel will forever be thankful. Hey, guys! Aloha! You got your own Maui fix. You don't need me anymore. That's funny. So anyway, there's Lahaina Shores. It looks very full, and it's a very nice resort. So please come down here and stay. Hopefully the county will clean out that cesspool of water underneath the 505 next time you come to Maui, because hopefully somebody besides me will say something about it. And I hope I didn't scare you off talking about how nice the Canadians are and how sometimes the people on Maui can be a little bit uptight. It's okay. They're still learning. It's evolution, right? They're evolving. They're figuring it out. Like, oh wait, tourism is connected to our paycheck, which is connected to the taxes, which is connected to how you pay for everything. And the nicer you are, right? It's like attracting bees with honey. The more bees you'll attract with honey. But if you're full of piss and vinegar, guess what? Geez, you might not attract, you might actually repulse people, which will then cause you to have no bees. And you'll wish you had honey, because honey is better than piss and vinegar, right? So for all you wonderful haters out there, just take a big spoonful of honey tonight before you go to bed. Say a little prayer and ask God to change your heart. He will. So you can be loving and kind and full of aloha. Because remember, guys, Maui and Hawaii, we are ambassadors of aloha. So if anyone should be nice, it should be the people from Hawaii. And hopefully you can go to Canada too and see what really nice people are like. I don't know. I'm just having fun at this point. But anyway, the West Maui Mountains, by the way, guys, look at that. They're green. It's like Ireland. Like literally, it is so beautifully green right now. Like they couldn't catch this place on fire right now if they tried. And this is what we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for the drought to end, for the rainy season to come. And look at that, Jim Neighbor's house survived. Yep, that's right. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Remember that show, Gomer Pyle? That was his house right there back in the day. And it isn't anymore, but so glad to see his place survived. And you'll notice that all of the oceanfront homes are still not being built, no permits, to my knowledge. There are some homes in Lahaina, though, that have been built. And I'm going to show you some of those in this video. But this is sort of the full stretch on the sand, all the way down to Chris Lassen's two places. He used to own both of these homes right here. Matter of fact, I got a funny story. You see this pool right here? All right, so Chris Lassen, the artist, owned both of these oceanfront homes. Yeah, he's doing pretty well. But anyway, there was one time I was walking right down here, right? And as you can see, the beach ends, and it ends up being rocks, right? Well, on this particular day, just like today, you could go quite a ways on the sand because it was low tide. And so anyway, I did that, and I walked to the end, and then I heard this commotion over here at this pool right here, right? I heard this commotion. So I look over, right? I look over. I look over, it caught my attention. I'm like, hey, what's all that noise? And I look over, and there's no less than like 20 to 30 women in bikinis standing there, and there's a guy like walking around with the camera, and it was sunset right about now. And all at once, like on cue, they all got undressed. And I'm just standing here like, huh? Excuse me? And this one girl, she saw me standing kind of, just in shock. And she goes, isn't your timing just perfect? I was like, what is Chris Lassen doing over there, dude? But anyway, it was probably some film or who knows what it was, but that's a true story. And then I left really quick because I don't want to get in trouble. Anyway, it's weird, huh? Memories. Anywho, let's continue back. This again is your Maui Fix. If you're new to the channel, this is kind of what we used to do a lot of before, life happened. Just come down to the ocean at sunset and just do nothing. And just take a moment to breathe, and you'd get your Maui Fix. Because Maui to me is like a drug. It literally is like mainlining pure bliss. And if you're somewhere in the Northern Hemisphere, chances are good that you are currently freezing. You're you-know-what off. Because I know I was just there, and it is legitimate. It is like, oh my gosh. Whereas here, I'm back to wearing a pair of shorts and a short sleeve shirt, and it just feels perfect. So this is a chance to just kind of vicariously enjoy Maui. And while you're enjoying Maui, you can start to make your travel plans, because here's what's happened over the course of the last few years. And it's really, really sad. You wanna know what it is? People have stopped coming to Maui and instead are going to Kauai, the Big Island, and Oahu. Can you believe that? It's like, really? Instead of supporting Maui, they're not supporting Maui. It's like the most fair weather thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, fair weather friends, they only show up when everything's great. And then the moment you have like a crisis, they're like, it's like crickets, like, where'd they go? Where are they? And that's kind of what it feels like. And the statistics prove it out. People are not coming to Maui, they're going to the other islands, but not the most aloha-infused audience on planet Earth. You guys are an extension of my ambassadorship to this island, encouraging people to, you don't run from people when they're having a hard time, you come and help. And how can you help? You just show up, right? Isn't that what they say in life? Half of it is just showing up. When someone's going through something, you just show up. You don't have to do anything special. You just show up. And I really thought we would have like a movement. Like there would be a movement of people. Like we would have more people than we could handle because they're all like, oh yeah, we're gonna support this place. But nope. Human nature just never lets you down, unfortunately. But I do believe one man, one channel, one thought, one butterfly flaps its wings in South America, and you have a hurricane in Florida. By the way, that's why you don't live in Florida. Mental note, that and the no-see-em bugs. Sorry, Florida. But anyway, back to my original thought, is I think we still can change things. I think we can still turn the tide. I truly believe that. I mean, look at like Mother Teresa, one woman, right? Just one woman in Calcutta changes the course of history. Sainted. One woman. There's lots of stories like that. Damien, Father Damien, Saint Damien over there. On the other side of that island over there, Molokai, right? Gives his life to help the lepers / Hansen disease folks. One man. And Sister Cope, right? Just one person can make a difference. And I'm not putting myself on their level in any way, shape, or form, but what I am saying is that I think we can all make a difference. And this town needs your help, needs your support, needs your tourism dollars, needs your positive energy, needs your prayers. Yep. We need you to call. Matter of fact, you know, it's so funny, is I did a video a few weeks ago down here, and I put the reason Lahaina has not been rebuilt, and the thumbnail was Kate Blystone, or whatever the heck her name is. She was the Maui County Planning Director. And I'm not saying I caused this, but a couple days after I posted that video, she steps down as Maui County Planning Director. Now she's still in the county, right? She's still in the county. She's still there. So that energy, that spirit of like, all I want is for Bill 9 to pass. That was like, she's so passionate about Bill 9 passing, which is like, that's the person in charge of planning. That's kind of creepy. So anyway, she has stepped down, but thank you for all of you that did reach out to Maui County Planning complaining about the fact that these businesses have not been issued permits to rebuild. It's ridiculous. It's horrible. Horrible. This town needs to come back with businesses, not just a few homes here and there for people that can afford to build them, but the businesses need to come back. So let's go show you right now, as I zip back on this one wheel, and show you what's been rebuilt so far. Let's go. Let's do it. Are you still with me? Okay, good. In the comments, let me know. What's your connection to this place? Why are you watching this video? What is it? And are you willing to do something to help? Whether it's sharing the video, hitting the thumbs up button, subscribing to the channel, that all helps. You know, don't get me wrong. Gets the message out there, and the more people that hear the message, you know, if just one extra person comes to the west side of Maui, I'll take it. Or are you willing to call and complain about the cesspool underneath the 505? You could make a little phone call, send an email. I mean, you never know. You never know when you flap your wings what's going to happen. You flap your little butterfly wings, you just never know. And if we all flap them, man, we can start a serious change that this country needs. And don't worry, I'm not going to get into politics and everything happening in the world right now. If anything, honestly, it's a good reason to come to Maui. This to me is like the ultimate gated community. That's right. You want protection? You want to be away from all the mayhem and the weirdness and the terrorists and the bombing and whatever, you know? Man, the only place I'd want to be is Hawaii. And why do you think all the billionaires are here, right? Zuckerberg. Of course, he looks like a clone now, doesn't he? They're all getting cloned, I think. It's kind of funny. They're probably all in jail. Bezos, he's got a place here. You know, Larry Ellison, he bought the whole damn island. But, you know, it's a reason to be in Hawaii because it's, to me, it's the safest place in the world. You're on U.S. soil. Sorry, local people that don't believe it's U.S. soil. It is. Yes, you live under the umbrella of the best military on the planet, and this place would be defended. If there ever was an attack, you'll be thanking the fact that this is U.S. soil because they're going to send some sorties out and shoot down some missiles and do all kinds of stuff to protect. And if the U.S. all of a sudden didn't own this place, I can promise you, or, you know, you're going to need the military to protect you. We've got the best military in the world, and I'm thankful every day for our military personnel, all the veterans that have served and have given their life the ultimate sacrifice. My hat goes off to you. I thank you for that. And I come from a military family myself. My sister taught at the Air Force Academy. She was the head of the psych department, taught leadership. My dad retired Air Force. And I wanted to go in the military, but you know what? It's just not for everybody. So how you guys liking this live so far? Is this pretty cool? This little cruise on the beach? No? There it is. I could be out surfing those waves right now, so I feel like I sacrificed a little bit. Actually, it was kind of not the greatest surf, so I was like, all right, I'll do a live. Okay, so the sun has definitely kind of disappeared. It's an overcasty kind of vibe. We could get some light explosion, or we could just fade to black. I have a feeling it's going to be the latter. I don't know. Either way, can you feel the salt air behind your ears? Can you feel the breeze? Can you kind of taste the Maui magical molecules as they enter into your consciousness? It hits you right when you get off the plane, by the way. You can just feel it in the air. There's something mystical, something magical, there's an energy that's here that just fulfills a void, I believe. Everyone that comes here is like, I don't know what it was, man. There's just something about Maui. They all think they're supposed to live here. Well, some are. Okay, here we go. So now I'm going to try to make my way back up here, and then we're going to get back to the tour. Oh, although I will admit, the light is fading fast. All right, guys, so here we are. Just to recap where we went all the way down Front Street Beach. I don't know what it's officially called, but that was my commute to work in the morning. I lived at 350 Front Street. I would go out and I'd walk this beach to the 505. That was my commute. I used to sit in real traffic every day of my life. So when I started doing this commute every day, I was like, okay, somebody pinch me. Somebody pinch me. The problem was, instead of going into my office right here at the 505, I would find myself grabbing my surfboard that I kept in my office and paddling out to breakwall every day. You know, it's okay. It was exercise, right? But part of it to me is creating the lifestyle, right? You can create any lifestyle you want. All you have to do is think it, believe it, write it down. Matter of fact, I created a collage. And the collage had pictures of everything I wanted to do or accomplish in my life. And one of those pictures was a beach somewhere in Hawaii. And that was on my collage. And little did I know, it would manifest. So whatever your dreams are, you gotta make them happen. And the way you make them happen, in my humble opinion, is you gotta take it out of the dream state, out of your mind, write it down, put it into pictures, visualize it, look at it every day, and all of a sudden, like magic. But it's not magic, really, right? It's the wrong word. I think somewhere in the scriptures it says God is going to give you the desires of your heart. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. Imagine if just everyone believed that God is actually for you and actually wants all your dreams to come true and actually wants you to have all the desires of your heart. I think too many people think God is just trying to punish them for what they did that was wrong. Nope. He's the dream giver. He's the dream maker. And he will deliver you to the promised land, both here on earth and the next life. Whoa, this is getting kind of deep, right? This is like, whoa, where's this coming from? I don't know, but I like it. I'm getting kind of psyched, as Jamie O'Brien would say, ding, psych meter. Okay, here we go. Real quick, it's getting dark, I gotta hurry up. But there are a couple places I wanted to show you that have been recently built that are looking cool. So I don't want it to be all negative. It's not all about the swamp underneath the 505, Maui County. Hello, pump it out already. Gosh, you know what drives me the craziest about liberals? Because this is a liberal government, so I can say this, right? This is what drives me the most crazy about them. They're messy. They're freaking messy. It's like, come on, clean up your, you know what I want to say? Clean up your, they're messy. Clean up, come on, clean up, pick up your mess. Like when you're a little kid, remember your mom came in your room and was like, hey, you need to clean up. It's like, I want to walk into every liberal government and be like, hey guys, clean up your room. Come on, mind your manners. Ooh, they're just slobs, man. It's like, come on, order. Go to Germany. Want to see what people that are orderly do? Go to Germany and go through a beautiful little town in the countryside. It's like there's not even a little piece of paper anywhere. They clean up, they're orderly. I was raised by a German mother, and we would drive through these different towns in the South, and there would just be crap everywhere and cars in the yard, and it was just like, she's like, in her thick German accent, Eric, this is disgraceful. These people, how do they live this way? And then we go to Germany, and we would drive through these beautiful little towns, and she'd be like, this is right. This is the way it should be. I'm like, yeah. But the liberal freaks like to make everything just trash. But the good news is here in Maui County, they have recently started removing all those cars. Remember all the videos I made about the cars? They're finally getting rid of those. But like, come on, man, just pick up the crap. And the funny, not the funny thing is, it's being funded. Like our tax dollars are paying for all of these services. There's the people are sitting around like eating bananas under the mango tree. They should be like in the dump trucks, picking up the stuff, working. But instead, it's like our oceanfront permitting system, which is not working. Right? Why? Well, I don't know. Good question. Good question. How many oceanfront homes can you count that are being rebuilt? Like the psych meter, it's not going to go off at all. There's not going to be like a ding. The oceanfront homeowners, they're psyched because they're getting, you know what? It's like, it's hard for me to tell where I'm at right now. I think I already passed. Okay. So yeah, I think this is Longy's. Remember Longy's, the restaurant? I think that's Longy's house right there. Yeah, it's got the big pool in the front. So here's a house being rebuilt on the Mauka side. That's the mountain side, obviously. Here's an old guy. That's about what most of us can afford right there. Just kidding. But yeah, so that's the mountain side, the Mauka side. So there are being homes, some, being rebuilt on the Mauka side. Here's another little guy. Hey, buddy. Whoa. That's a half a bedroom unit there. Maybe that's the Ohana in the back. So over here you can see once again, nothing, nada. This is the famous red roof house that didn't burn, right? So it has not been rebuilt, it didn't burn down. This is a newly built home, so that's 2 on the Mauka side so far. And then you have 3 and 4. So 4 homes. And then the rest of Ocean Front, South Front Street, nothing. Nada. Nada comunici. See? 0. Now, how do you explain that? How do you explain that? I don't know. Matter of fact, this house right here, it's a beautiful, beautiful little green plantation home in the historic district. And I used to rent the lanai from Bobby. I used to work on the lanai, and I would just bring him a case of beer like every couple days. That was the rent I paid him. A case of beer. Coors Lights, man. All right, Bobby, where are you, dude? But that's where I lived, man. I lived on that lanai Monday through Friday until sunset. And then sunset would come, and Bobby would come out to you like, hey, man, time for you to go. And then they would just start partying. Good memories, man, right there. That was my old office. Pretty creative, though, right? I'm like, I don't have an oceanfront home, but Bobby, come on, dude. Yeah, you can have the lanai. Had high-speed internet, listening to the ocean, making phone calls, selling real estate, hanging out with Bobby, just filling up the fridge with beer. Okay, so here we are. Like I said, this is gonna be a legit little tour of what's being built. If you guys remember this home, I do. We almost rented this house actually one time. It was a big 2-story. So that one's going up right there. Another one on the Mauka side. That obviously is the entrance to Puamana. And then we have this Mauka side home going up as well. But there's a couple really nice homes in here. That's what I wanted to show you guys, because this is going to give you a sense of what it's going to look like a little bit when Lahaina gets completely rebuilt. And it's going to look amazing. It's going to look like, not like it did before, because a lot of these homes in here were pretty rough. You know, cinder block, built in the 70s, whatever, and some of them were just super dilapidated. But look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? I love the color, I love the architecture, the metal seam roof. You know, it's beautiful. Nice job. TLC, Tim Lloyd Construction. Nice job, man. A little shout out for Tim Lloyd. Beautiful home, man. Beautiful home. And then over here, another similar kind of vibe. This one over here is obviously a post and pier house. And then we have this one. Now this one is Zuma. Shout out Zuma Construction, Jeff. Zuma Development, I guess is what they call it, but very good builders here on Maui. I was just hanging out with Jeff the other day at the Montage. Zuma, way to go, love it. And then, I don't know if you guys remember this house back here, but man, this was a rundown, dilapidated situation back in there, boy. It looked like it was falling over, so hopefully they're able to improve their situation. But here you have another house going up. And then we head down in here. This is gonna take us into the Shark Pit neighborhood, Ilikahi and all that. These are just like storage little things that are set up. I don't know what that's all about. But another home going completed there almost. Another one over here. So yeah, we're seeing some progress here. I'm excited. I really am. It's kind of interesting kind of architecture here. Another house here. Another one back in there. And then we got another one going up in here, a little cinder block. Slab on grade. Got a 2-story there. And there's this little sidewalk that connects the two. I know this because I've been in this neighborhood a whole bunch. Back in the day, Shark Pit. Let's go. Okay, another home popping up right here. Looking good. Oh. Okay. And then, of course, I already showed you guys that one. Got a little, look at this little teeny house back in here. It's kind of cool. Maybe that's like their ohana, right up against the highway. So this neighborhood, when it's said and done, is going to be really, really nice. And for a lot of you real estate pessimists out there, I can just tell you one thing for sure. Right about now, I think is about as good as it's going to get for a buyer's market, for getting good deals. You're going to look back on 2026 and be like, man, I wish I woulda, coulda, shoulda, baby. Because I'm telling you, once this place is reestablished, this is going to be sort of like Wailea on steroids. Because we all know that okay, hang on, I got to be on camera for this one. We all know the west side is the best side. So now we just got this huge upgrade with everything is brand new. What do you think is going to happen to values? So right now you got to have the vision, but you don't have to have that much vision, right? This is not like rocket science. You have that vision, right? People are herd mentality people. Once they see it, then they believe it. So that's where the opportunity lies. If you can see it before it happens, and again, you don't have to be like some soothsayer, like, you know, magician, like prophetic. It's just like, duh, you know, it's obvious. And you know, most people have zero faith. They can't see the future, but you'll be the one that's be like, you know what? I can see that Lahaina in 5 to 10 years is going to be like next level value. So you're kind of kicking us when we're down. I get it, but that's okay. You get a little discount right now for having some vision. Look at these houses, man. Look at this Ilikahi Street, man. Ilikahi. Do you remember Ilikahi? I do. There it is. Ilikahi. It's a great street, man. It's a great street. And they're going up. See that? Beach Builds. A little shout out. There was a little bed and breakfast back in here that I almost sold. We made offers on it. I forget which driveway it was. I think it was maybe this one. It was a for sale by owner. Nice Japanese man. One of the first guys I met when I moved to Maui. And then I found a buyer and we didn't get it, somebody else did. But look at this, man. Isn't this sweet? Look at that. This is a shark pit, man. Let's go. I know. It's gorgeous, man. It's going to be beautiful. I'm so excited. It's coming along. If we could just get our government to pull their head out of their proverbial, I know, it's a family-friendly channel. I'm not going to get all yucky on you. But that really is the key. It's getting the government to get out of our way. It's bad enough they take our money, but then they get in our way. One house going up there, another one house going up there. And it's, you know, they're supposed to serve us. It's just gotten so backwards, hasn't it? Man, so backwards. Look at this house, man. Isn't that pretty? Love that color. All right, guys. Oh, another one going up right here. See, so it's happening. Oceanfront homes, not happening. Businesses, not happening. And we're going to end the live actually showing you as close as I can get, if it's okay, because this is a live. It doesn't matter, right? If you're still here, good for you. It's almost pitch black dark. This is, of course, a shout out to the Baptist church here. And, of course, right here you can see the Samaritan Purse. Those guys did a great job. Awesome. This is where the Food Line video started right here. Over here we have the church. Well, there was the church here. Very famous Hawaiian church, steeped in a lot of history. The viola right there with the bell. The bell's still there. But that church burned down before. It'll be back again. It's not its first rodeo. Off in the distance there, you can see the Catholic Church, the steeple. See if I can zoom in on that for you. You see that? There's Maria Lanikeha. Look at the zoom on this iPhone, by the way. I mean, it's pretty nice, right? It's a good zoom. All right, hang on. Try to come back from the zoom. Come back from the zoom. There we go. Okay. And then, of course, we have the Hongwai. Sorry, I'm going to completely mess that up. Hongwanji Dojo. Was that what it's called? I don't know. I'm messing it up. Sorry. The mission. Sorry. Lahaina Hongwanji mission. All right. I don't know about this blue house. I think it was rebuilt. Freshly painted for sure, but I'm not sure if it was rebuilt or not. Ooh. Another one going up there. If you're just joining the live, thank you so much for heading straight over to helpdaniel.org when you're done watching this video. He's a fire survivor and he's blind, and we're trying to raise enough money to keep him a roof over his head. Cute little plantation house, right? Look at that thing. The whole town burns around it. Single wall construction. It's just good to go. Whoever lives there, they're blessed. All these people, man. Blessed, blessed, blessed. God's protection. That's not to say if your house burned, you weren't blessed. I'm just saying there's something special going on with these little guys. This is a sweet house, too. We almost rented that one time. We just never get it, you know. Someone else always got it. But it's like the Walton family house. Has like the wraparound porch. Every time I go by it, I can hear, "Good night, John." You guys ever watch that? It shows you how old I am. Good night, John boy. Remember that? This, of course, is the prison right here. Man, this has just turned into the evening cast now. We're broadcasting at night. But look at the picture quality though, right? It's pretty good. All All right, because we're going to get you down to the actual front street to show you proof that there ain't nothing going on. Zero. Okay, over here we have, that I believe is a cemetery. This is the Seventh-day Adventist Church. I don't think it burned. I think that survived. And over here, unfortunately, we have Aina Nalu, one of my favorite condominium complexes. The fires at Aina Nalu. Those are the fire bowls that they'd have the fire shooting out of. But yeah, they apparently have not started. I've heard their insurance is just way too inadequate to rebuild, is what I've heard, but it's all second, third. All right, coming up on the Catholic Church. And you see a lot of the fire survivors are being put up in these trailer-style homes. There's a number of commercial lots that they leased, I believe FEMA leased, and they put up these homes. And I've heard they're nice. Matter of fact, Nuku, my buddy Nuku is living in one of those. But here we go. Just a quick shot of Maria Lanikia. And there's the Blessed Mother. Beautiful, huh? Yeah, my kids went to this school, and a lot of great memories here. A lot of great memories of sermons you couldn't understand because the guy's got such a thick Indian accent. So I'd ask my kids, like, hey, what'd you learn in church today? Like, and there's Father Damien, Saint Damien, the statue anyway. They're like, well, Dad, we couldn't understand anything he said. I'm like, what do you mean? Well, Dad, he's got such a thick Indian accent. I'm like, really? Almost reminds me of the Catholic Church back in the day, right? They all preached in Latin or whatever. The people who didn't speak Latin are like, tough luck. It's a similar version today. They just bring in a priest that has such a heavy accent no one can understand what he's saying. So you're just getting the spiritual vibration from it. Your spirit can understand it. It's almost like the equivalent of speaking in tongues. So anywho, I digress as usual. Now this building, I want to know what it's made out of right here. I've mentioned it before because everything around it just absolutely burned to the ground, but not this building. And this is the communications building. So they should study what this building is made out of, inside and out, because it was completely impervious to the Lahaina fire, but everything around it burned to the ground. I don't know about you, but that seems like a building we should be looking at. Like, what did they do to that one? Okay, so here we are. Where are we at, guys? I know it's hard to figure out, sort of, because there's no landmarks, but you can see right there, that is, anybody guess in the comments? Fleetwood's. Yep. Now, Mick Fleetwood doesn't own the building. He leased it, and he had his restaurant at the top, or on a couple of floors, I should say. But that is Fleetwood's. And then right here, of course, the road is absolutely closed, and you can see there's absolutely nothing going on. Okay, I'm gonna drop off real quick and just do a quick zoom down the street with my phone. You can kind of see for yourself. So down there we've got, where Cheeseburger in Paradise was, all the stores. And I'll get a better angle for you than this, obviously, but I can promise you there's nothing there. Thank goodness they didn't tear down Fleetwood's, but they wanted to. I believe there was some kind of injunction that was filed. And that's why you see a lot of the walls around town that say the word save on them, because they were just tearing down everything. These did not go down. This would have been sort of like where Volcom was, and these stores that smelled really good. The artist, what's his name? I can't remember his name right now, but he was right here. And then the Dole, I think that was the Dole Whip on the end, I think. Yeah. But you can see nothing's happening. And it's completely barricaded. I mean, you cannot go down here. The road's closed. All right, we'll continue with the night tour, because why not? You guys, I think the ISO is doing pretty good on this camera, because I think you can see better than the naked eye right now, which is kind of wild. So here we are. This would have been the Pioneer Inn right here. Pioneer Inn. No, the library, excuse me. Library is here. I think that's the library. I think the Pioneer Inn is like behind it. And they tore the library down. It was up. I walked through it during one of my videos. So library here, sorry, Pioneer Inn over here. Yep, and then Cool Cats over here. This would have been the wharf. You can see the anchor right here. Remember when you walk into the wharf? How many good memories do we have here, man, right? Down the hatch. All the shops in there. Catch the bus in the back. The movie theater. Yeah, they're making some great progress rebuilding this, aren't they? Just fabulous. Man, good job, guys. Way to honor and respect the business owners. Yeah, good job. Pacific Whale Foundation, I think, was right in here. Oh, wait, hang on. This would have been Paia Fish Market right here. Jack in the Box back in the day, Paia Fish Market. I can almost taste the mahi burger right now. Oh, man. What I'd give for a mahi burger from Paia Fish Market on Front Street. Yeah. Okay, so now we're just going to turn the corner and head down this way. And this, of course, is the banyan tree. So you can't go into the banyan tree. They have it completely, roped off. But you can come walk past it and see what I'm seeing right now, which you can see is some great growth. So it has come back beautifully. So that's awesome. You know, that's such great news. And then you have this historic wall right here, which I think was part of the original fort. I think it's made out of coral stones. And again, we need to find out whatever they constructed the Maui County bathrooms out of, because every boat in the harbor exploded and caught fire and completely was, destroyed. But man, these restrooms, solid. Solid, man. Matter of fact, all the little county water buildings that are all throughout Lahaina, they all survived too. It's just wild. Just, I don't know. So strange. Don't ask me. Doesn't make sense. So many things about this fire don't make any sense. The Lahaina courthouse. At least it's still standing, and hopefully they'll bring it back. And then over here, of course, we have the Pioneer Inn and the anchor that's left in the front. It's a leasehold property, by the way, so I don't know. I've heard not good things about the leasehold getting rebuilt. Here we are at the lighthouse. And as we all know, the harbor is quote unquote open, but there's no boats here. There's no Lahaina harbor boats. They haven't set up shop or businesses. They're just, I think they can come in and gas up and pick up people and leave. But as you can see, there ain't a single boat in the harbor. I don't know why either. Yep. But obviously the economic heart of Maui was right here in Lahaina. No one brought in more tax revenue than Front Street and these businesses, so you can only imagine what it's costing the business owners, all the employees, all the tax revenue by not issuing the permits to rebuild and expediting that process. It's immeasurable, the economic devastation from the lack of, and I've asked people, guys, I literally asked people like, hey, what's going on? You know, business owners that are part of the rebuild and trying to organize it all. And they're just like, just red tape after red tape after red tape, bureaucratic roadblocks that make zero sense whatsoever. That's the answer. That's what's going on. This is, of course, Cam 3rd, where the school was. That supposedly is being relocated, which I think is a tragedy because I think the school should be rebuilt exactly where the school is, not up on the hillside in the heat and the dry, grassy fields, right here by the ocean with the ocean breeze coming in. And that was part of my kids went to this school, and that's part of the charm, and living in Lahaina and just being able to walk to school. So they're trying to rob that from the children, which really sucks. But anyway, a quick shot of this beautiful Hawaiian evening with the moon looming overhead, a little bit of haze, a little bit of mystery, a little street lamp. All right, guys. Well, hey, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it very much from the bottom of my heart. Much aloha to you and your ohana. Thank you for caring about Maui. Thank you for caring about Lahaina. Thank you for caring about Blind Daniel. Go to blindhelpdaniel.org. Helpdaniel.org. That's all I ask. That's it. That's it. Oh, yeah, and don't forget to smash the like button. Just kidding. Just kidding. That's so cheesy when people say that. Of course, I say it all the time, but I don't say smash. I just say shock of the video, share the video. Thank you for caring. Thank you for tuning in and just allowing me to cruise on my one wheel and have a good time. So it's Lahaina. It's never gonna change the fact that this is the heart of Maui. It will come back again. And I hope you can be a part of that journey, because everybody, I believe, that is part of this history here, and there's a lot of people that have a lot of history here, deserve to be a part of the future. It doesn't belong to just a small group of bureaucrats or locals. It is a treasure of the world. And that's how I look at it. And thank you, you Canadians, for being so nice. And for right now, leading the charge in the most aloha-infused method that I think a lot of people should pay attention to next time you go to Canada. Notice how nice those people are. And hopefully next time you come to Maui, you'll be treated with the same level of niceness and aloha. All right, guys, until next time, I know it's super dark, but it's been fun. Until next time, I shall return. I don't know where, I don't know when, I really don't. I don't plan these things. It just hits me, the inspiration. But I can promise you one thing. It'll be from what I considered personally to be the most beautiful place on planet Earth, the best lifestyle I think you can ever find. And I don't know what else I say after that. I just got so caught up in that moment right there, because I really truly believe that. So thanks, guys. And next time you're on Maui, look me up. And of course, if you're ever in the market to buy or sell real estate on the beautiful island of Maui, I'd love to help. That's how I support my family. Until next time, Eric West out. Maui Dan, where's the button? Oh, that's right. You're busy scraping Jack Frost off your windshield. You can't help me find this button. But thanks for booking that condo, dude. Can't wait to see you.